We treat our minds like muscles, operating under the assumption that extreme effort and a relentless grind yield higher performance. This cultural logic suggests that if we force harder concentration, we can push through any obstacle. If pure force worked, the most disciplined professionals would only face standard fatigue. Instead, elite performers are hitting a ceiling defined by sudden, catastrophic burnout. A study released on March 12, 2026, by researchers at Florida International University investigated this specific point of failure. They discovered that a high-performance brain operating under extreme pressure mechanically becomes brittle. The very tension used to maintain extreme focus acts as the physiological trigger that causes the system to shatter. Understanding this collapse requires looking at what happens inside the brain when a person tries to shut out the surrounding world. These glowing pathways represent the frontoparietal network, the brain's command center for cognitive control. Forcing concentration overloads this network. The effort destroys smooth information flow, creating highly stressed pathways. The network loses its elasticity, reaches a tipping point, and suffers a sudden failure. This mental wall represents a predictable structural failure, the result of forcing a biological system to become too rigid to handle pressure. The FIU researchers identified a biological countermeasure for this collapse by putting subjects through an ice water immersion test. The results showed that attempting to mentally block out the sensation of extreme stress actually prevents the body from enduring it. Stress-induced analgesia, the body's evolutionary mechanism for releasing natural chemical painkillers, only activates when severe pressure is felt and acknowledged. This graph tracks the subjects. Notice the high initial pain spike. Cognitively flexible subjects felt more initial pain than those rigidly blocking the cold. Acknowledging pain triggered stress-induced analgesia. This released natural painkillers, allowing sustained performance, while the rigid focus group flatlined early. Framing stress as an enemy to be ignored bypasses our most powerful evolutionary survival metric, leading directly to a brittle collapse. To avoid this, high performers must adopt a flexible mindset that can navigate high-pressure environments. The FIU study suggests two specific cognitive flexibility protocols, starting with paced breathing. Slower breathing sends a physical signal to the frontoparietal network, prompting it to stand down from its overdriven, rigid state. The second protocol is cognitive self-talk. This involves shifting your internal narrative from "I must focus" to "I am adapting to this stress." This psychological reframing triggers stress-induced analgesia without an ice water plunge, providing on-demand neurochemical endurance. Resilience comes from fluid systems that organically adapt to pressure, rather than rigid